What's up? I'm Cody. I'm sure my notoriety precedes me, but for the uninitiated, I live an awesome life with my awesome friends in an awesome city. Hella City, in a neighborhood of tight heights. Hella City is controlled by all-powerful, chill-electrifying guides. Everyone wants to be them, because they can do whatever the heck they want. They control our schools and our jobs, and even power the city. They reign as supreme in entertainment and art, and even food. But most of the time, they just kick it in paradise. Chill haven. The rest of us mortals try our best to just be cool. Well, some of us. If you're not a god, and you're not a cool kid like me, you're a loser. Don't get me wrong, losers aren't half bad, but they're socially inept, tend to be on the dirtier side, and really aren't go-getters at all. To be honest, it's kinda sad. But then, there's cool kids. We're favored by the gods, charismatic, fashionable, and chill electrifying in our own right. Losers usually want to be us, or they hate us. And honestly, I can't blame them. It's seen as totally uncool kid behavior to befriend them, let alone be nice to them. Fate is cruel, but it can also be kind. So when my guy Greatboard picked me to ascend to godhood if I could do the impossible and raise a loser to cool kiddom, I almost didn't believe it. I have to do a lot to try to achieve it, and it's not always fun. But it's been my dream for so long, you dig? But I've been doing some thinking. If being one of the raddest beings in all of existence means I have to give up my awesome friends and my awesome life, and be mean to losers along the way, is it really worth it? My life is perfect. Ascension was just supposed to be the cherry on top, not the whole damn dish. Cool kid Cody, grinding away his worries. Don't paint it like a slushie. Eats pizza when he's hungry. Hella City's most lucky. Losers make him blushy. PB gets him fussy. Got your electrifying huggies. Kick flips are a musty. Catch him before he ascends, cause he won't always be Cool Kid Cody. There's no difference between cool kids and losers. You're just insecure. Well then, welcome to Cool Kid Cody stream. It occurred to us this week that just the amount of pressure doing a weekly broadcast is when you have a limited amount of time to do things and you want to implement things and not everything's ready for you. Normally, as a streamer, we would have everything ready already, as in like we know what game we're playing and we can just, play it, right? But there are a couple things. If you haven't noticed, every intro for Cool Kid Cody that we play at the beginning of our streams has a different character saying something. It's been a different character every week, and it got to the point recently that we've been recording those little snippets the day that we stream, because we want it to be relevant to the episode and not just accidentally be relevant to the episode. So just like last week, where we played through the entire last week's episode in like 10 minutes, like on top speed, just to get a gist of what the episode was about and what characters were going to come up. I did the same thing. We did the same thing here. And of course, we're not just randomly picking out thingies. It's not necessarily something that was said this episode, but I think it's very relevant to the series as a whole. And for Cool Kid Cody nerds, you might be able to know, you'll probably be able to tell exactly where that quote comes from. Even though the character that we had speak it was not the character that usually would have said it, though that character would have heard it. So, I think that's kind of cool. Alright, it's gaming time. Bye-bye. In terms of where I want to go when I die, heaven for climate, hell for company. Huh. I think that's the first time I've ever heard a Mark Twain quote. Alright. It's gaming time. Disc 2. Episode 9. Freaky Cry Day. Damn, these names are fucking great. Alright, time to get in character. Warning, this game contains flashing images that may not be suitable for those with photosensitive epilepsy. Play at your own discretion. Episode 9. Freaky Cry Day. Sunday morning. Cody wakes up in a cold sweat. Ah! Look, if I don't want to wear pants, then I ain't gotta wear pants. Another dream. I really gotta lay off the melatonin. What am I doing up here anyway? Dude, where's my cot? Cody looks at the shattered remains of skateboarding? Skateboarding? I remember you getting tires of splinters, but round wheels? Get yourself together. What happened to my sick kicks? My jacket? And my... Cody catches his reflection in a window. Memories of last night come flooding back. Holy fuck! I punched PB. I mean, in self-defense. But the GP came down and blasted my ass in the last century's fashion anyway. I think it's some kind of divine punishment. Yup. Really need to lay off the melatonin. Okay, don't panic, Cody. Sure, you're gonna get slam dunked into the basement on Monday. And your friends won't want anything to do with you. And G-Ma's gonna disown you. And you totally deserve every bit of this cause you're obnoxious and stupid and a bad cool kid and you should feel bad. But oh, that's just fuel for my new quest! To achieve the impossible, I'll transform myself back into a cool kid. Hey kid, shut up! A neighbor yells at Cody. Sorry. I'm done with godhood, but that doesn't mean I can just give up being a cool kid, right? My whole life depends on it. Getting my cool back shouldn't be too hard. First things first, getting skateboarding fixed up. Yeesh. You've seen bad days, haven't you, buddy? No sweat. Gotta get you fixed up ASAP. It's Cody's cumbersome lunchbox for babies, an outdated phone disguised as an even more outdated phone. Why'd everything have to be so rectangular back then? I feel like a square just holding these. Baby birds! Wait, do baby birds care how cool I am? The mama bird squawks at Cody. Ah! It's almost as if she's saying, "Sir, if you're not here to sell me worms I can chew and regurgitate into my baby's mouths, then I ain't buying." Man, I never understand birds. Fun fact, I don't know if you noticed, but Cody's hair is still dyed. His hair is not naturally the color of his fucking green ass slacks. As you can tell, the bottoms of his hair are black. I swear, I think if the subathon actually makes 75 subs, I swear chat is probably gonna make us heckin' color our hair like Cody. Well, like cool kid Cody. Warning, this game contains hella emotions. If you think you're tough and won't cry, you will. You're gonna cry your heart out. Did Greyboard steal their clothes? No, PB stole their clothes. Or the cool got taken out of Cody's outfit and put into PB's. Sorta. Nice to see you, Cinnamon. Damn, skateboardy. You're broke and ugly. It's nothing Steve can't fix though. Better head to the skate shop. It's been a damn long life. I deserve a break. Cody slumps back in a chair and takes a deep breath. The air is clean and crisp. The summer heat is tempted. The air is clean and crisp. The summer heat is tempered by a calming breeze. The view of downtown is truly a sight to behold. He almost forgets he's a freaking loser. Almost. And this is why you should never take breaks. The trash is full of trash. What a revelation. Not sure I want to bust into PB's apartment right now. Showing up as an obnoxious cool kid without warning is one thing, but after punching him square in the jaw only to get turned into this, it's just kind of a lot. I better just figure myself out first. PB and I'll clear this up. We'll clear up the air eventually. Cody's phone rings. Whoa! Cody slaps his brand new, incredibly old piece of crap microwave phone. This bad boy can fit so many calls. Cody picks up the phone. Sup, loser? Juvie? Loser? Me? Funny. Cool Kid Cody's the name. Cody's my game. Don't wear it out. What? Stop trying to make Cool Kid Cody happen. Literally no one calls you that. Just thought I'd break the week of silence with one of your favorite terms of endearment. Oh, yeah. Right back at you, dweeb! I'll make this quick. Sorry. Where's Jessica? Huh? Jessica! Show me Jessica. Remember last Sunday you said you do her makeup? You're kidding me. Eyeliner doesn't grow on trees, Cody. She's a queen! She deserves the finest treatment. Show me her. Ah, fine! Juvie leaves the phone. There's a clattering in the background. Barking ensues. After a few minutes, Cody receives a photo. Yes! Thank you, thank you. She's beautiful. What a good dog. So, apology accepted? Meh. Okay. I'm sorry I sent Pizza Dweeb to the moon and resurfaced your internalized guilt and trauma over many. I know you're just doing what's best for you. Just being that irresponsible cool kid everyone loves at the expense of losers and the respect of your best friend. Also your psycho grandma will give you the attention you starved for because everyone else in your family left you to the whims of the unforgiving universe. Yep, you're just doing you, nothing wrong with that. I just gotta chill out and be cool with you being as in denial as the rest of the world. Was that supposed to be an apology? Talking about all this just scrambles my brains, okay? I really want to stop being mad at you, but I just need to know why you didn't do anything. Did you ever feel bad about Minnie? Does the pizza kid and every loser at CHS not make you feel any remorse? Because it doesn't show, and I don't know if it's a cool kid lessons working or what. We're hanging out tonight. Wanna come in and just talk it out? If you're still on that cat bullshit, I guess I could stand you bringing a pizza, dweeb. I promise I won't lay a finger on him. I've had my fill of pizza this week anyway. Aww. You know what? Overdue, emotionally drained on heart-to-heart aside, that actually sounds really chill. I'll hit PB up right now and we can... Cody looks down through his broken glasses at his unpopped collar and tucked shirt. He's a freaking loser. I can't make it. What? I didn't scare you off, did I? No, I'm just, busy with cat stuff. I should do it alone. Well, alright. I got something for you, but I guess I'll give it to you Monday. Unless you ascend, of course. Good luck, dweeb. Thanks, poser. Cody hangs up. He facepalms. I can't drag my friends into this. This is my fault. I need to fix it myself. Whoa, the back of this truck is full of those loose raw pizzas. Better just leave them be. Only an asshole would mess with precious newborn pies. Not sure I want to bust into PB's apartment right now. I can't be bumming around. I gotta go get to Steve's and fit skateboarding. I could get some sick digs from the mall, but in my experience, it's not a great place to get cool. I'm better off getting skateboarding fits at Steve's and figuring myself out from there. Cutting through this parking lot leads straight to the skate park. The only thing worse than showing up at the skate park as a loser is bringing a broken board. I better just focus on becoming a cool kid again. No matter how cool or lame I am, I always think Steve's way cooler. But who wouldn't find someone who pays their own rent on a retail wage impressive? Whew. Here goes nothing. Welcome. Phoebe! I mean, who? I don't know a Phoebe. It's just some weird, horrible noise people name their kids when they hate them. What in the hell are you talking about? Is there something wrong with my name tag, or are you just an especially weird loser? Oh, right, name tag. Yep, I'm weird, get over it. I guess a loser would have to think like that to shop in a place like this. Whatever. A customer's a customer, what can I do for you? I need a boydectomy stat. You know where Steve's at? Oh, Steve? You mean Steve of Steve's Skate Shop Steve? He's taking his break. What? Well, can't he take a break from his break? I've got a real break right here. No way if anyone's in real need of a break, it's me. He's been driving me up the wall. Would you like to talk about it? Sympathy from a stranger? I love that. So Steve thinks Greenway is better than band than... So Steve thinks Greenway is a way better band than Linkin Shark. Total bullshit, right? According to him, Linkin Shark's sound changes too much from album to album, but like, what's wrong with the shift from soothing ocean lullabies to a cacophony of bloody underwater feeding? Greenway is just a bunch of cool kids appropriating the try-hard cringe aesthetic of losers, and their sound triggers my lactose intolerance. It doesn't matter how many enzyme supplements I take, I can't stand their music. Well, It's not very punk rock of you to pit innocent beings against each other. Isn't punk about doing whatever, whenever? Down in excess amounts of cow milk protein and profiting off the questionably violent nature of sharks included? Well, I guess when you put it that way. Whatever, that doesn't change anything. Lincoln's shark is superior. I just want Steve to acknowledge my good taste. Oh, damn. Damn, girl! Girl! Damn! Stop screaming! What is it? You have a crush. No. Yeah, you totally got the hots for Steve boy. Yeah, you totally got the hots for Stevie boy. I bet you want to smooch him and be gross and stuff. Didn't you need your board repaired? I'll get right on that. And you can get the fuck out of my store. Hey, I ain't judging. I actually think you two would be a good match. Like you're both really pretty, I mean, pretty real, decent human beings with older sibling energy. Just go easy on him in case he turns out to be a bit, lamer than you expect. Otherwise, y'all kinda just make sense. Oh, I don't know how you know so much about us, but that's so freaking sweet. Thank you. Phoebe looks around. She gives Cody a pat on the head. Aww. Ah, cut it out! I didn't come here to be a good guy. I just want my board fixed. What's this about trash board? Steve! Finally! Right here, dude. Cody hands Steve the board. He repairs it in the blink of an eye. Damn, dude! I couldn't finish the job that quick, and even if it was your mom. Nice one. Cody gives him a high five. Wait, Cody? Damn, I think I hear the fridge running. Gotta go. Love you. Bye. Cody bolts out of the store. Wait, that was Cody? I'll put the repair fee on his tab. Damn, that was close. Looks like skateboarding's in one piece again. Now I just gotta get out of this outfit and into something cooler. Should have something back at home. Ramps. We'll reunite one day, but now I gotta focus on getting as much of my cool back as possible. It's Stick Bridge, named after the river, which was named after the city's founder, who was named after a stick. That's history for you. Beyond the river lies Tight Heights, Hella City's most hip neighborhood. Damn, I walk through Tight Heights almost every day. I guess even if I did stay a loser, that'll never change. Juvie favorite character hands down. Juvie's pretty sick. Being a good person, good way to create your electricity. Yeah. Both PB and Cody have run away from Steve, realizing who they were despite their looks. Oh wow, thanks for pointing that out. It's synchronicity, and shows how similar the two boys are. I realized that the choices you make either give you electricity or you lose it. Oh, the all the time is electricity. That's actually really sick. I never noticed that. Wow, you're really observant today. I've actually known for a few weeks, but I haven't brought it up for a while. Wow. Okay, you just have so much sage knowledge. Oh. Good girl. Keep those eyes open. I've got a hunch Gigi's parents aren't dying to have a loser over. Better do her a favor and spare them all my existence. It's Gigi's house. I'm so lucky to have a pal in the neighborhood. Gives me a close place to kick it when I want to bail out of a grounding. I mean, when I'm cool enough to be around. Oh yikes! G-Ma's still parked in the driveway, and Mr. Wilson's car is here too. I better keep a low profile till I get my cool back. Can't be bumming around. I gotta get back in the house. It's Croissant, the friendly neighborhood plastic lawn flamingo. Cody does her a favor by sparing her a lame fist bump. Score! The rope's still here. Looks like G-Mile's too busy with Mr. Wilson to notice I bailed out on the grounder. Lucky me. Cody scales up the rope to his balcony. Looks like it's smooth sailing from here. Cody opens the bedroom door. Alarmy stares through the doorway with an alarmed expression. Oh, hey Alarmy. Alarmed as usual, I see. Well, don't sweat the new digs. Just thought it'd be pretty cool me to bone up on some cool kid lessons like a good cool kid. So I dyed my hair, got clothes my guardian would disapprove of, and scared so hard I rounded the wheels on my skateboard. You know, cool kid shit. Loser! 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 Why am I always being cornered into committing morally ambiguous crimes? Grandmother! 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 Cody throws his lunchbox over Alarmy. It does a surprisingly good job at canceling out all of their beeping, ringing, and screaming. Such a good job that Cody can hear G-Ma making her way up to his room. G-Ma definitely won't fit in my lunchbox. I gotta think of something quick. Cody unravels the escape rope and grabs the blanket. Hey now, what's all the hubbub about? Hey G-Ma. Cody! What in hell are you doing under all that? Don't tell me you've been catching Z's this whole weekend. Don't sweat it. I wouldn't be a guy candidate if I wasn't such a notorious procrastinator. I mean, what's cooler than taking a 24-hour power nap in the middle of a life-altering quest? I like the cut of your jib. Way to go, Cookie. Now tell me, what in hell are you doing back in Dodge? I figure you be out acing the cat. Unless you giving up like some kind of Melvin. No way, G-Ma. I just stopped by to grab Furby. You know, cause what that loser made me realize was just how lame all these old toys were. What better time to trash them all than now? Cody dunks the Furby into the trash can and takes a photo to remember them by. And sadly, they shed a single tear. Gangbusters. About time you kicked those creeps to the curb. Although, the cat ain't about just you being cool. How you jiving with the rest of the assignment? Please tell me you're on Haven's doorstep. It's fine, G-Ma. I'm not a kid anymore. I can figure this out myself. I don't buy it. Is that loser of yours giving you trouble? What's your tale, Nightingale? It's over. What do you mean it's over? I thought you had more time. No, it's over because I said it's over. I quit. And even if I didn't, the deadline's tomorrow. Tomorrow? Well, what are you loitering around here for? Beat feet, burn rubber. Where's that loser of yours? After that skate park fiasco, he never wants to see my face again. I mean, unless it's smeared into the pavement. Really? Didn't he have the jets to threaten the cool kid? There might just be hope yet. G-Ma, you're not listening. This ain't worth it. Cody throws off the blanket. I'm a loser, so suck it. I didn't know they made green contacts. Contacts? These babies are real, 100% loser green TM. No. Halloween's just early this year, and you're clowning on losers. So funny, Cody, that's my boy. G-Ma, I'm trying to be real for once. I'm a loser now. Get with it. It's time to quit the bit and get out of that fit. Please, Cody, no grandson of mine is a loser. Man, what would a loser do? Oh, I got it. Cody readies his board. Cody kicks off the board, spinning it in the air beneath his feet. He gets a good number of flips in. Radical. He lands on it, shattering immediately. At least that was still lame. No! Beverly? Everything all right up there? Cody, leave now. What, you kicking me out? No, never. I just can't have anyone catching a loser in this house. Just kick it outside for the day. G-Ma get you back in shape in no time. G-Ma reaches for a hug but stops herself. I'll fit you, don't you worry. You've been trying to fix me since day one. But there's nothing that fits. Except you, I guess. But whatever, go live it up with Mr. Wilson. I'll see you around. Cody strides out into the balcony. Why didn't that hurt more? I did everything for her and she still picked Mr. Wilson's wet willies over her own grandson. And I'm all out of family, friends, aspirations. Is it bad that this is the freest I've ever felt? I can't believe just a few days ago I lived for godhood. But what did gods ever do for me? If it weren't for G-Ma, I wouldn't be so obsessed. Juvie wouldn't be so angry. Many might have stuck around. Cool kids wouldn't have to be cool and losers wouldn't have to lose. If it weren't for the gods, I could just be Cody. But I wasted all my time fighting myself when I should have been fighting them. I need to call Pizza Boy. Cody calls PB. What is it? What do you want? PB, I know you're probably still pissed at me, but we can't be fighting like this. We've got way too much in common to be enemies. Even more now that I'm a... Well, you'll see. If there's anyone we should be fighting, and I know this will sound hysterical, or I'll get my ass blasted for the third time this week, but we gotta be fighting the Pizza Boy hangs up. He hung up? Whatever. I'll just find him at school tomorrow. I know he's gotta be sick of being a puppet to the gods. We both are. Whether he likes it or not, we're in this fight together now. Oh, Cinnamon, it was never that she didn't care for Cody. It's that she cares more about her imagined vision of Cody than Cody himself. Because she's a bitch. Stand in for a homophobic parent, wanting Cody to be straight, essentially. I'll fix you. Don't you worry about it. Don't be sorry. It's fine. We understand it from personal experience. Let me tell you a cool story, kid. So once upon a time, a baby little Fluff was washing the dishes after coming back from one semester of college, spring break as it was. And we had queer family already. We had a cousin who was a lesbian, who was chewed out by our family, specifically one of our parents, for not coming out to the family first, because everyone saw on her Facebook that she was a lesbian. Sorry, not Facebook. Facebook wasn't around at the time, or at least not popular. It was on MySpace. And after finding out on MySpace that our cousin was a lesbian, they all had this hoity-toity argument that they should have known first. To this day, we think that if they had found out first, they would have tried to shut that shit down before the world knew and embarrassed them. However, this was an out-of-state cousin, someone we didn't see very often, maybe once a year, but definitely someone we looked up to, someone we thought was really cool. Not only that, but she and her dad, who was also gay, was gay, not even bi. Plenty of gay people, especially boomer and older, got married and maybe fully accepted themselves later on. But we actually were living close to those family when we were on our college campus. They were like a state or a state and a half away at the time. Actually, it was the lesbian cousin who brought us to the airport to even go back to our childhood home for spring break. It will be the last time that we would spend living in that house, by the way. We would never see it again after that. So back to the washing of the dishes. Not the parent that chewed out our cousin for being gay and telling the world, but our other parent, the one we came out of, and the one that was a lawyer and very well-to-do, or past well-to-do, and very, very smart, scholastically speaking at least. Struck up a conversation about queer people because, of course, we've been spending a lot of time with that side of the family. Of course, her not even knowing that one of our best friends in college was a trans man. the first knowingly trans person we had ever met. Someone that we loved very much, and who cared about us too, and who asked us out, and who we turned down because at the time, since we didn't know we were trans, not that it mattered, because even if we did realize we were trans, we wouldn't have thought we could come out at the time. But our logic for turning him down was, if you're a guy and I'm a guy, then that would make me gay. And unfortunately, if I'm gay, then my family will disown me. Most of our friends in college were queer. We hung out at the fucking LGBT center on campus, for crying out loud. But we were totally straight. Anyway. Our parent, not knowing this, started spouting out shit like what you might hear today. Shit about how queer people are queer not because born this way or even a choice. She spouted the fucking horse dog shit blasphemy that queer people are queer because of a sexual assault in their youth. So, in her mind, anyone that was gay must have been sexually abused. And if they were gay, if they were around any gay adults while they were younger, then the prime suspect was already a grown queer person. So our shitty parent was alleging that our cousin was sexually assaulted as a kid by her dad. They are both wonderful people. And although there is no way to ever know, and just because someone treats a person a certain way and acts a certain way externally doesn't mean they can't harm others. That was shitty, disgusting propaganda that straight people still use to this day to insist that queer people are broken and dangerous. And even back then we knew that. And just like Cody, not being as hurt as he feels he should be, we didn't get the strength to come out in that moment, as we were still in denial. But all our empathy for this person was gone. All the respect we had of this intelligent person who went to college and got 3 fucking degrees in 4 years and went on to law school to pass the bar her first time, to us was a complete idiot. Still is. And we shut that shit down. We can be a very clingy person. And especially back then, it was very hard for us to wash the dishes unless someone was keeping us company. They didn't have to help. It was just nice to not be alone with our thoughts. And yet, we told her to leave us the fuck alone. Hey, yeah, I'm not feeling what you're saying. These are dirty, rotten lies. Please stop talking and leave me alone. Not anything we'd ever said to her before. I don't want to say she was dumbfounded because my memory is hazy on her face. Because we didn't even give her the respect of looking at her while we said that. We continued washing the dishes. But she left the fucking room. And that started our descent into clarity. And obviously, the assertions that Gma was just saying are not the same as what our parent was saying. However, the realization that what they really care about is appearances is at the heart of the matter. And that they're eternally judgmental. And that is just one way in which we identify with Cody's trauma. Cody's pain. And shit, just like many, we pushed queer people away because that affiliation might have gotten us in trouble. And we wish we just lied to our fucking parents more. Honestly. It would have been nice. Actually, I think the summer before that, we were gonna go to Pride. It would have been our first Pride. But we actually told them we were going to Pride. And they told us no. You're not allowed to go to Pride. And they still let us out of the house. We could have went to Pride and then lied. But our autistic ass still couldn't lie to their face very well. Maybe lie through omission, but if they asked us a direct question, it was really hard to not. So we bit the bullet and didn't go. Even though we pleaded with them that, oh, I'm not gay, I'm just supporting my friends as an ally. And it was like, I don't give a shit, I don't want you around gay people. Well, any more gay people than you're already around. Growing up, our best friend was pansexual, and proudly thus. But given that everyone in our life shipped us with this person, and they were assumed to be a cis girl, as far as our family was concerned, they were straight. And this has been Fluffbyte's Trauma Corner. Thanks for listening. Like, comment, and subscribe. It's interesting exploring memories that I wasn't necessarily a part of. Can be quite fun. Hope I didn't traumatize you too bad. He's used to seeing the person instead of the status, maybe? He just keeps killing things. Oh, like when he broke a skateboard, yeah. Wow, a moment of emotion from Gma. And her stopping herself because of appearance? We don't know what her eye color is. We don't! She hides her face. Which is something Cody was also doing. But remember, he wears sunglasses too. It's a family affair. There's only one episode left. That was episode 9. Gosh, there's no way that this can wrap up. I mean, we already know there's gonna be a season 2, but holy shit. I hope the last episode is longer than this one. I really do. I think she might care more about appearances and her own position in society. I'm starting to wonder if she's a loser too. There's no difference between cool kids and losers. Just insecurities and societal positions. Remember, a loser can pass as a cool kid with enough effort. And someone can be demoted to a loser even if they didn't technically do anything wrong. Maybe you don't remember, but in the first episode, Greatboard actually threatened one of Cody's friends with turning them into a loser. Just for leveraging criticism against her choice of Cody as the cool kid candidate. Not even saying that he shouldn't be it, but just questioning why she didn't look at every other classroom first. She was trying to shut down criticism so people wouldn't notice her ulterior motives. Point is, it's a false dichotomy. It doesn't matter if she's quote unquote a loser too. She cares about the hierarchy, so it matters. How does propaganda still work? It plays into your insecurities. I mean, the concept of being woke means that, by contrast, folks who aren't woke are asleep, correct? But we all live in our own realities. Even if we can agree on, like, some of the ways the world should be run, I'm sure that there are things that fit into our personal paradigms of how society might be, or how friend circles might be, or how people should treat us personally, that might not be 100% fair or realistic. Propaganda plays on your fears or your hopes or your dreams. Just like how you can be indoctrinated into thinking a certain way by continued exposure to a thing. Sometimes you reject it, sometimes you don't. You're good, Dusk. You haven't traumatized us more. Would I be bad if I did traumatize you? Maybe I should have given trigger warnings. That would have been better. I appreciate your comforting words. Though I guess I am kind of analyzing the concept itself, you know? But you didn't, but I take it you didn't mean you're good, you're a good person. You mean in the way of you didn't do a bad. I took it literally instead of as slang. Because emotional hurt and physical hurt can be talked about in the same way using that rhetoric. If I slap you on the back to show camaraderie, and I go, "Oh, Issy, did I hurt you?" And you go, "Oh no, you're good." That just means it didn't hurt you. That doesn't mean you're making a value judgment on my very existence. Sorry, I'm a little insecure. Main identifiable differences is in the eyes. Eyes are a pathway to the soul. But I like the green eyes. I guess it's funny that the Patches Human Sona in the Cool Kid Cody world is a loser. I have loser eyes. Sick. I mean, I thought it was Minnie as Great Board. Minnie is Great Board. You're correct. I mean, if you're not trying to, I don't mind. You being open about yourself lets us connect more. You didn't do a bad. You're still a good dude. Thank you. Telling that story about our past felt really weird because it was like talking about it from the trans perspective, like being trans femme, but I'm not trans femme. Me specifically. I still feel really weird about that. And I'm still worried that we'll get like canceled for me being trans mask in a body that is doing a feminine transition, quote unquote. But I'm allowed to be myself. And things are complicated, but I'm glad I'm me. And now I'm allowed to be me. Thank you, everybody, for giving me this space. You did a good thing in relating your feelings with us. Thank you. Loser Green TM is a more friendly color than Cool Kid TM. Oh yeah, the Cool Kid eyes are kind of creepy. I mean, you're a trans mask inside a body that's trans femme. And that's valid. Thank you. I wish I didn't crave to be told that I'm valid, but everyone wants acceptance. We should take a break, I guess. And when we get back, Drizzle will probably take over. I know she still wants to play Genshin. At least for a little bit. And then we'll figure out if we're gonna play anything else. I'm glad we got to hang out with you today, Dusk. Same. Well, if you ever are craving some acceptive, positive reaffirmation and being told you're valid, don't be afraid to hit us up. We'll help you remember and we'll vibe with you. Thank you. God, wait. It's kind of nice. I'm not even vibing off the offer. I'm vibing off of the rhetoric, or I shouldn't say the rhetoric, the jargon that we're so used to. It's weird, and we do hope to have more friends that are people of color in the future. But we used to have to so thoroughly distance ourselves from... Oh. Huh. Even though we've been using the cool kid loser dichotomy as an allegory for gay straight or queer cishet, it can easily go in a racial direction, since cool kid loserdom is distributed hierarchically genetically to some degree. Cody could be taken as biracial. We are not biracial, but because of the different, and which is really like the cool kid loser dichotomy. Growing up, our peers sometimes asked if we had a white parent because we talked in a way that was prim and proper. We enunciated things. We just had highly educated parents who discouraged us talking with any sort of slang. Shit, we got punished for saying yeah or nah. We were chastised for using conjunctions. You say do not don't. Shit like that. And it's not that we despise that language, but stuff like Black vernacular English was not something we were allowed to speak, even if we had wanted to. And so between that and slang in general, there was always a distance between us and that culture, even though we were surrounded by it outside of our home. But we were so used to it, and because of being autistic, had very much had it ingrained in us to talk a certain way. So it was very hard for us to get used to the idea, let alone get into practice of talking any other way. And so sometimes people took us as not fully black. Not just mentality-wise, but also genetically. And since we did not know who one of our biological parents was, it always left a chip on our shoulder. And so the thing is, reading, if you ever are craving some positive reaffirmation and being told you're valid, don't be afraid to hit us up. We'll remember and we'll vibe with you. Is nice. And it's nice that that language doesn't... Okay. I'm gonna say something that some people might actually consider contentious. That language doesn't belong to black people. Black culture created it, and language has been gentrified. And to a degree, there is a problem with that. But the trickle up of language in that way, which, if you don't know, usually goes from black or black queer culture to queer culture to white culture. I do hope one day is not considered a trickling up, but a trickling out. It would be really fucking nice. We don't really even code switch anymore, because we don't really need to, because we're not in spaces that force us to need to. We use mixed language. The code switching we might do has more to do with like kink shit than anything, at least in online spaces. And that's fucking awesome. And like, we're a mix of not just like stuff that's prevalent from black culture but has now become the mainstream, but also internet culture and weeb culture and gamer culture and shit, like being a poet and all these other things. A regular melting pot. And that's fucking sick. And I hope that that continues for us, and I hope that it's not so contentious that I even need to front load my explanation on why I'm so enthusiastically happy with... I'm sure there's someone that I'll run into who is a person of color who will completely disagree with me and call me an Uncle Tom for saying that white people are fine using certain words. But one step at a time. Baby steps. I don't find it contentious and I vibe with it and I'm hella for it. I like conjunctions. Fuck your shitty parents for controlling y'all's language. I love how you use a conjunction immediately after. Yeah. I honestly always saw it as kind of based on how my father was poor people make conjunctions first and then it trickled out. I mean, conjunctions I think are a little bit different than conjunctions are different than, say, what, AAVE or say BAVE and like general slang. Conjunction, like, you have what was it, like Old English, and then you have like English that's like more European, or like the vernacular that is spoken overseas, or at least overseas for us. I don't know where everyone's at who's watching the stream. And then you have like American English that has tons of conjunctions. And so like there's the difference between, yes, academic speak and everyone else. Not even necessarily poor, though the middle class has shrunk so much, you might as well say that. Not to say that that isn't a part of it, but it's a little bit more complicated. And the way the language evolves is very sociological. And I think that the more we break down those barriers and allow people to not be considered wrong just because of the way they speak, the better we will be at understanding each other and not judging each other. But that's just me. Shit, nah, you're not rude, Cinnamon. You good? Good morning. How are you, Lily? It's good to see you. Oh, you didn't mean conjunctions. Gotcha. Fuck barriers. Embrace true freedom by accepting and embracing differences that expand our own personal words. I meant more of how like I normally speak, since I took it from school where I was berated by my father since he was reminded of growing up poor through my speech. Ah. Oh, and then projected that trauma onto you. And it's like, oh, this hurts me, don't do it. There's some complicated shit there too. I mean, beyond like the language part, we know plenty, like, take age play for example. We know people who we don't talk about age play shit around because it interferes with their trauma. Though in the worst of situations, and not necessarily people that we hang out with a lot, at least not now, but we can run into issues where someone is going to project certain thoughts and behaviors onto us, or maybe just generally be reminded by their trauma just by seeing us. Ironically, a friend shared my Sona picture of my Sona, like my model, in a Perfect Apocalypse like server or community, and I thought they were gonna get mad at my diaper waistband poking out. They were actually triggered by my cut marks. I don't know if you noticed, but I have cut marks on my arms. Trigger warning for self-harm and suicidal ideation. Oh, and I didn't take it as trauma dumping. You were just talking about your lived experience and then had to do with trauma. Before I go into the thing I just trigger warned, I want to be clear, especially because of how streaming is. And Drizzle mentioned this in the thing that we just released on YouTube the other day. Oh, excuse me. And we talk about pretty often. We mention it probably at least once every stream that a lot of VTubers and a lot of streamers in general have rules about trauma dumping. And we prefer that there's not trauma dumping, right? Like, we don't usually go, hey, everyone trauma dump. What we usually say is, if you want to share something that's bothering you, something that's hurting you, if you want to talk about your trauma, then there's space for that, but do respect if we reach our limits. And though we don't say it explicitly, and maybe we should actually phrase it in our rules just to say, don't dominate the conversation with that sort of like trauma related talk, unless that's the way the conversation is naturally going. Ever since the end of the episode of Cool Kid Cody, we've talked about trauma plenty, and I don't just mean we as in my system, I mean we as in this entire chat. And I think a lot of streamers do operate in a similar way to us in that regard. That if someone who's a streamer is talking about their own trauma or trauma they experience or trauma like of society, and they're opening up the floor to talk about hard shit, then they're probably not gonna bite your head off about talking about hard shit. And there's nuance. And we don't talk about that nuance very often because our autistic ass sees a rule in chat saying, I'm not your therapist, and don't let chat get negative. And we go, okay, I can if I say anything negative, it better be, oh, my day's not going too well. Like, I better not ever get specific unless I am specifically asked and encouraged to talk about something that may be a little bit harder. That's actually part of our trauma, because our trauma is so heavy that we have literally spiraled people into panic attacks and like depressive episodes through hearing about the shit that we've been through or the emotions that we are feeling in that moment. And that's not necessarily on us, at least not 100% of the time, but it does make us hyper aware of how our emotions affect other people and how our experiences and what we say affect other people. And I mean, as a streamer, that's a good skill to have, right? But it does make us hyper vigilant. That all is to say that it can get out of hand really quickly, and people have trauma dumped in here before. It's not usually been super damaging to us. People have done much worse in our chat than trauma dump, I promise. Though honestly, I think people apologize for trauma dumping to us when we don't consider them to have trauma dumped more than people actually trauma dump to us. But also being aware is good, and I think that the way that a lot of people operate their Twitch streams also make others hyper vigilant, make people scared that they are trauma dumping if they're talking about their past or talking about something that hurt them or hurt their loved ones. So I actually don't think that it's even a bad thing that you assume that you are trauma dumping necessarily, because you're trying to be self-aware, and self-awareness is a beautiful thing. Thanks for that healthcare. I feel more of myself streaming than I do anywhere else sometimes. It's a good feeling. That's a good ass feeling. Anyway, thank you all for the space. Ah, you fucker. That was a perfectly timed diaper check. Oh, you bitch. I'm wet. Quick layer pants check before break to see if you need to address it during break. Oh no, I was dry like less than 30 seconds ago. I'm pretty sure I'll be fine. Plus I'm layered up. You are indeed a cute bitch. You are indeed a female dog. Litter layers. Gosh. Litter layers. God, sounds like a brand of Play-Doh. Like, huh? Trying to see how I got that reaction out of my face. I didn't even know my ears could do that. Litter layers. Bye, bye, bye.
Let's see. I gotta figure out something to put on for you. For a break. Let's see. Okay, I found something to put on. If you gotta head out, we totally understand. If you're only here for Cool Kid Cody, we also understand. Please be sure to be kind to yourself and shit. If you'd be so kind, if you jump onto our Twitter and like retweet our fucking thing advertising our subathon, that'd be pretty sweet, but obviously that's not like necessary. And just so you actually know what the fuck I'm talking about, before I go on break, let me show you that. Is it here? June 17th to the 20th, we're doing a 72-hour subathon, so that if anybody can get her live 2D model rigged. We don't have an image of the art yet because we only just paid the artist to do the art part like the other day. It does take a decent amount of money to get a live 2D model rigged. We still need to find a rigger. We might go with the person who rigged me and Drizzle's model, but depending on their availability, we might go with someone else. There's a VTuber that does rigging. They could probably do it fairly quickly, hopefully, maybe, that we're thinking about, or at least that we want to approach and ask. But that's all up in the air. Even if the subathon is a complete success, we wouldn't get the Twitch payout until like a little bit over a week from next month. Oh, sorry, a month from next week, I should say. So you won't see Fluffbyte's model, even if it goes well, for a while. Honestly, by our estimates, if things do go well, she'd probably have her debut on Halloween. That's our assumption. If you go to our Twitter, you can see the full details, but other than just the general, also know that the games we're going to be playing are Fostering Apocalypse, Dandara, Sonic Adventure, and Danganronpa Ultra Despair Girls. We do have some stretch goals. We haven't really talked about them because they're stretch goals and we don't want to be, what's that word? Like, arrogant or whatever, but it's nice to have stretch goals to let our community know like what that money will go towards if we get more than what we're asking for. we have had to put a glitch getting their Sona getting their Sona ref sheet and the PNG model. We've had to push that back because like we haven't been making enough to be able to comfortably do that and pay our bills. So our first stretch goal would be getting Glitch a model. If you didn't know, then Glitchbyte, who is at the bottom of our character select screen on the right, that is just a placeholder image. Glitch does not actually look like that, but they needed a physical representation. And they did technically used to look like that because of the circumstances of their birth. Or rebirth, as it were. If somehow we get like if we get way more than we thought we were going to, then the community will choose a bite and we will get an artist to draw a Dakirama, and we will get the Dakirama we'll partner with a website for you to be able to buy it if you would so wish. Also, even if you can't actually sub or give money, we'd still love you coming to the subathon. We'll be raffling off games, some of which are included on this page. We'll be giving out way more than this, depending on how successful the stream is. If we make it to the 100 sub minimum goal, then we'll be giving out 20 Steam keys. Dakimakura. Oh, sorry, I'm dumb. Thanks. Yay, I self-advertised. Hey, furry gaming and vlogs. Oh, gaming and vlogs. Yeah, I totally said Dakimakura mispronounced, but yes. You want to know more? I mean, it wouldn't. In the past, we were gonna get a Dakimakura of what was it, Punk and Drizzle cuddling together, and of course a safe for work side and a not safe for work side, but honestly that'll cost more, so we want to wait for that, and we'll probably do that once we have one single fluff Dakimakura out. But we were trying to think of ways to potentially increase how much money we make so that we can sustain things, so that we don't have to do subathons super often in order to like afford things, and we can, you know, start saving money and like put more money into the stream, because it'll be really cool to put more money into the stream more regularly. So this subathon is also to enable us to do those things that we want to do. Baby. Well, actually, I'm not a baby. I'm a cool big kid. I'm a middle. A lot of my headmates are babs, but I'm a middle. You can tease you can tease Drizzle when she comes back off of the break I'm about to go on. Well, I should go pee during break. I was waiting to eat dinner until after Cool Kid Cody, ate dinner during talking after the game, and I've been holding it for a while because I don't want to miss moments with friends. Pee is inevitable. Friend moments are rare. Pee is inevitable. Pee is inevitable. Damn, I need that on a shirt now. Alright, that's a new merch idea. Pee is inevitable. Love that. Cool, soggy, big kid middle. But cool middle regardless. Thank you. Hooray for potential consistent revenue. Yay! We have a job. Still feels weird. Yes, please put that in the workload. I really appreciate it. You're very good. Thank you for being a friend and a good mod. Okay. I will stop I'll stop procrastinating my break. Take care of yourselves, and for now I'm out. Well, I've been out, but you know what I mean.